The year is 1780. The American Revolutionary War rages on in the east, but far to the west, a little-known battle unfolds along the Mississippi River. This is the story of the Battle of St. Louis, a crucial yet overlooked episode in the fight for independence. In the late 18th century, St. Louis was a small but strategically significant settlement on the western frontier. Founded by French traders in 1764, the town became part of Spanish Louisiana after Spain formally took control in 1769. By 1780, St. Louis had grown into a vital hub for trade and a key location for controlling the Mississippi River. But this peaceful settlement was about to become a battlefield. Though not an official ally of the United States, Spain declared war on Britain in 1779. The Spanish governor of Louisiana, Bernardo de Galvez, actively supported the American cause, providing supplies, money, and military assistance. However, this support made Spanish-held territories, including St. Louis, a target for British retaliation. The Mississippi River was more than just a waterway. It was a vital artery for trade, communication, and military strategy. Controlling St. Louis meant controlling a key part of this lifeline, making it a prize worth fighting for. The British sought to weaken American and Spanish positions in the West. In early 1780, they devised a plan to attack St. Louis and its sister settlement, Cahokia, across the river. The British organized a force of about 750 to 1,000 men, primarily Native American warriors from tribes such as the Fox, Sauk, Sioux, and Winnebago, alongside a small group of British allied militia. These warriors were motivated by promises of plunder and the opportunity to reclaim territory lost to settlers. In St. Louis, the Spanish commander Fernando De Leyba prepared for the looming threat. Despite limited resources and a small force of about 300 defenders, including Spanish soldiers, French settlers, and local militia, De Leyba began fortifying the town. He ordered the construction of 4 wooden towers, known as redoubts, and reinforced them with trenches and palisades. Although only one tower, Fort San Carlos, was fully completed by the time of the attack, the defenses would prove critical. De Leyba faced numerous challenges. The town's residents, a mix of French settlers and Spanish officials, were initially skeptical of the need for such extensive defenses. But as news of the British plans spread, they rallied to the cause, contributing labor, materials, and provisions to fortify their home. On May 26, 1780, the combined British native force launched their attack. Their plan was to overwhelm the settlement, destroy its defenses, and capture its people. As they approached, the defenders prepared for the fight of their lives. The attackers focused their assault on the northern part of the settlement, where Fort San Carlos stood as the town's main defense. Though the fort had only a few cannons, they proved critical. The defenders fired grape shot and musket volleys, inflicting heavy casualties on the attackers. Inside the fort, everyone played a role. Women and children carried water and ammunition to the soldiers, while the militia fought fiercely to protect their homes. Despite being outnumbered, the defenders held their ground. After several hours of intense fighting, the attackers began to retreat. The fortifications and determined resistance of the defenders had turned the tide. While the settlement suffered some damage and casualties, the British native force was unable to breach the town's defenses. The Battle of St. Louis ended in a decisive victory for the defenders. Though outnumbered, their preparation and resolve had saved the town. However, the cost was high. A handful of settlers were killed or captured, and the attack left a lasting mark on the community. The victory ensured Spanish control of the Mississippi River, a critical lifeline for both American and Spanish forces. It also highlighted the importance of the western frontier in the broader conflict. While battles in the East often dominate Revolutionary War history, events like the Battle of St. Louis were vital in shaping the outcome of the war. The battle had ripple effects beyond the immediate area. It demonstrated the strength of Spanish defenses and the effectiveness of their alliance with the American revolutionaries. For Native American tribes involved in the attack, however, the defeat further complicated their position in the ongoing struggle for control of the land. Today, the Battle of St. Louis is a largely forgotten chapter in American history. A small plaque in downtown St. Louis marks the location of Fort San Carlos, but the story of this frontier clash deserves greater recognition. Fernando De Leyba, the unsung hero of the battle, died just weeks later, on June 28, 1780, likely due to the immense stress from the siege. His leadership, however, ensured the survival of St. Louis and the protection of Spanish interests in the region. The battle also underscores Spain's crucial role in the American Revolution. From funding the Continental Army to defending vital territories, Spain's contributions were instrumental in securing American independence. For the people of St. Louis, the battle became a defining moment in their history. It was a testament to their resilience and unity in the face of overwhelming odds. The Battle of St. Louis reminds us that the American Revolution was not confined to the eastern seaboard. It was a conflict that spanned continents and involved diverse peoples, from European settlers to Native American warriors. It was a war fought not just for independence, but for control of the land and its future. If you enjoyed learning about this forgotten frontier battle, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold stories of history. Together, we can bring these moments back to life.